Every year, the parents of Jesus used to go to Jerusalem for the feast of the Passover. When he was 12 years old, they went up for the feast as usual. When they were on their way home after the feast, the boy Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem without his parents knowing it. They assumed he was with the caravan, and it was only after a day's journey that they went to look for him among their relations and acquaintances. When they failed to find him, they went back to Jerusalem, looking for him everywhere. 3 days later, they found him in the temple, sitting among the doctors, listening to them and asking them questions. And all those who heard him were astounded at his intelligence and his replies. They were overcome when they saw him. And his mother said to him, "My child, why have you done this to us? See how worried your father and I have been looking for you." "Why were you looking for me?" he replied. "Did you not know that I must be busy with my father's affairs?" But they did not understand what he meant. He then went down with them and came to Nazareth and lived under their authority. His mother stored up all these things in her heart. And Jesus increased in wisdom, in stature, and in favor with God and men. Luke tells us almost nothing about Jesus' family life, apart from this one incident where they lose him, they leave him behind in the temple. I don't think Luke has anything to say. For almost 30 years, Jesus lives in Nazareth, and we hear nothing from Luke about him. Or maybe Luke does tell us something. When his parents find him in the temple, Jesus isn't so much teaching the elders, but listening to them. They learn from listening. They learn from his questions. But Jesus learns too. He asks questions. He wants to learn from them. He wants to grow. He wants to grow in wisdom, in his understanding of God, in his relationship with God, in his understanding of people and the place of religion in the lives of people. At the end of that gospel, Luke tells us that Jesus goes down with his parents to live in Nazareth and lives under their authority. And he continues to grow in wisdom, in stature, in favor with God and with people. Maybe in that Luke does tell us something about family life. Maybe he tells us something about Mary and Joseph and the home that they create for their son. They create a place where he can grow, where he is loved and supported and encouraged and challenged, but where he can be curious, where he can ask his questions, where he can admit to not already having all the answers and knowing everything. His life is a journey of growth and of discovery, and Mary and Joseph create an atmosphere, provide an atmosphere in which that growth can take place. And I think Mary and Joseph are held up as examples for our families. Not just our families at home, not just to encourage us, to help us provide that same atmosphere in which we can all grow into the people that we are created to be, but also for our family of the church. That our church communities, our Christian community, is to be a family where we feel supported and encouraged, and on occasion challenged. But somewhere where we don't feel we need to have all the answers, that we all need to be exactly the same to fit in. That we can be ourselves, that we can be different, that we can ask our questions and try and learn and try and grow in wisdom and in stature, in favour with God and with the people around us.